Hello guys! So today I'm here with Cathy and we decided to create a video about how to figure it out what you want in your personal life. And let us first introduce ourselves. I am a life and health coach and I help ambitious, empathic women master their nutrition, health, and create the life of their dreams. And I forgot to mention that my name is Annie.
Hi, I'm Cathy or Catherine, and I'm an executive coach, and I help women working in the corporate world who are trying to figure out what their next step is, whether it's a promotion, a raise, or maybe even a transition to something different.
Perfect. So, Kathy, what do you usually do when you want to know what to do in your life? Like, how do you figure it out what you want?
Well, Annie, I think the first thing that you have to look at, and this is really important, and something that people often forget, is that you want to look at what's working for you. Look at what is in your life that brings you joy. Is it your relationship, if you have one? Um, your friendships, what kind of friendships do you have? Family relationships as well. How about your health? Is your health just where you want it to be? Um, what about your job? Do you love your job? Does it really excite you to get up in the morning and you do your job? Do you like your salary and your income and your financial situation? Are you saving the money you want to save? And even your relationship with yourself and kind of your spiritual life. Are you where you want to be? Do you have any kind of practices that you do, like a meditation practice or a journaling practice or yoga or anything else that just allows you to be present and in the moment and just connect with yourself? And then once you know what's working, you can take a look at what's not working. And again, you're going to want to look at these same kinds of things. So, do you want to earn more money? Do you want a promotion? Do you want more free time so you can spend time with those people you love? Or maybe you're more of an introvert and you just want free time for yourself. Maybe you just want some time at the end of the day to Netflix and sit on the couch. Do you want less stress in your life? We have so much stress, especially this past year has been so stressful.
Yeah.
Um, and something you would know, Annie, definitely is, do you want a healthier body? Do you want to really focus on your nutrition, focus on your exercise and activity? And do you want better relationships with people or a better relationship with yourself?
Totally. I think it's very important like to sit down and identify each of the areas and
Mhm.
find which of the areas are not working for you and which of the areas are working. So then you can like decide what to focus on. And
Mhm.
so what if I sit down and I do this exercise and I find out that I'm not happy with my health, I'm not happy with my relationships, because like for example relationships, I hear from everywhere, oh Annie, you should already settle down and have a family. So how do I know what I really want to do in these areas, what next steps I should take?
Mm. It's so true. And you really have to figure out like what is right for you? What do you want versus what society tells you to want? What those people who are asking you, when are you going to settle down and get married, want? Are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for them?
Like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think we really need to prioritize. So I know you've done some of that. Do you want to explain a little bit about that?
mm-hmm. For me, it was really important to come back to myself and really ask, like, what do I really want? And to be like really, really honest with myself and go for the things. Like, I ask usually, where's my joy? Like, what brings me excitement? I think these questions really got me back into what I want. Not like what I should do, but where's the actual joy? Like, what brings me happiness? This was great for me to know what I want.
Mhm. And I think it's great too today. Like before, people were a little more pigeonholed or boxed into certain things. And today, you can really design your life however you want it. There's so many opportunities out there
Definitely.
that are open to us. And that's one of the great things that I love working with my clients on, and I'm sure you love working with them on too.
Oh my God. When I see where they go and they really like find out what they want, I think this is the big one. Like we sometimes live in this life that we think we want, and we don't realize that um, this is not ours. Like for example, I worked as a Emirates cabin crew for many years. This is like part of my story. And I had a great salary. I lived in Dubai. I lived by the beach. Like I thought I'm supposed to be happy, but I was miserable because I didn't like the place. I didn't have like many friends. And like just coming back to Czech Republic and starting doing what I really love brought me like the happiness, you know. But it's really important to be honest with yourself.
It really is. And that's one of the hardest things too, because you're so conditioned to want these things that you're supposed to want, that when you actually ask yourself, what do I want? Very often you don't know what you want.
Mm-hmm. Or
And
you
you
start
really,
like judging yourself. Oh, you should not want this, you know. Who are you to want these things?
or you don't think it's available to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, that's good for other people, but I couldn't have that, or I couldn't do that, or I shouldn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it goes back to our self image and our self worth.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, one of the things I love working with my clients about is just discovering that. Because very often, like if you look at what did you want to do when you were a little kid? Okay, maybe you're not going to actually do that thing today, but are there aspects of that that you could bring that into your life today?
I love that.
And I think too, like when you're wondering what you want to do, what could you do? What could you talk about? What could you just experience for, you know, an amount of time that you don't even notice time passing? You just get so caught up in it that 2 hours, 3 hours a day has gone by and you didn't even notice because you were so into what you were doing.
Totally. And I
Mm-hmm.
think there's so many things that we think we need to do before we allow ourselves to be really happy. But if we just start like incorporating these things that bring us joy daily to our days, they can slowly like navigate us to what we want like long term in our lives, you know. And it's a great way how to bring more joy and to really become more in touch with ourselves, and then we can like more easily decide what we actually want. We can easily understand ourselves like in our life in these decisions when we try to decide what we actually want, because it's not
Mm-hmm.
easy in the beginning. If we like got our inner guidance and stopped listening to what we want, I mean it was like this for me, and it was really hard for me like to get back into like really listening to what I want.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I had this a similar experience, and I didn't feel like I even knew what I wanted because for so long I didn't think it was available to me. I didn't think I
Mhm.
was allowed to have it. Like you said, you know, there's so many things we don't think we're allowed to have. So, something that's helped me with that is just being present, being in the moment, doing a lot of meditation, and a lot of just noticing what's going on in my life, noticing how I'm feeling, as opposed to just letting it, you know, stuffing it down with activity.
Mhm. Like
Mhm.
clearing out the outside noise, basically.
Yes, the outside noise. Even like it's so much, it's the outside noise. It's even just like getting rid of stuff. Like we all have so much stuff. So
Mhm.
getting rid of stuff to allow space for new things to come into our lives. It's important.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to touch like if we kind of like close our eyes and think about where we kind of want to be in maybe 5 or 10 years, and just doing it like without any rules or shoulds or supposed to's, like if we could go and be anywhere we want, where would we be? I think this exercise can help you to know where you want to be in a few years, and then you can like kind of base your daily actions towards this bigger goal, you know. And this also sometimes helps me to decide what what to do now.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're just making little baby steps
Hmm.
towards that, just taking those first steps and taking that action to move towards that is so powerful.
And the action. Yeah, it's great to take the action.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and sometimes you may like get closer to it and you may decide that it's not what you want, but at
Hmm.
least then you know, and you
Exactly.
can change your mind and move in a different direction.
Yeah, like there's no right or wrong decision. We just want to know what feels like exciting for you to do now. Take the next step. It will guide you somewhere else. If you find out this doesn't work for you anymore, you stop doing it, you go somewhere else. This is like I was under so much pressure that, oh, what if I will do a wrong decision? And I was
Mhm.
so stressed and I didn't do any decision. And
Mhm.
then I realized it's about doing the better decision for me now at the moment, and every decision is the correct decision, basically.
That's so true. Something I've recently discovered that I do, which is kind of self sabotaging, is once I make that decision, I want it yesterday. I want it immediately.
Hmm.
And because I put that time pressure on that's so intense, it stresses me out. And then I don't actually move towards what I want. So just accepting that as long as you're moving forward, it's okay. You don't have to put that pressure on yourself.
Totally, totally.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it. So should we like summarize the steps? What
Okay,
can
sure.
someone do? What can someone do? What would you tell me to do if I now am in the situation that I don't know what to do in my personal life?
Okay. Well, first, definitely look at what's working. Look at all those things that we mentioned earlier. What is working? What's not working? And then find some things that you want to improve. Find some things that make sure they're things you want as opposed to things you should want, and take identify some steps that you can take to start moving you forward,
Mhm.
start moving you towards that. So even if it's just one action for each of the things that you want, say you pick 3 areas, or 3 things that you want, pick one action that you can take every day to move you towards that, and
Mhm.
just start doing it.
Love it. Write it down, the actions, so it's
Yeah,
very clear and you make sure you do it, because the action then creates the change.
yeah, definitely. And if you need to, watch this video again.
Exactly. And we are going to prepare more videos for you.
Yes, definitely. We will be back soon.
Okay, perfect. So thank you guys and have a great day.
Bye.